November 10th, we can do the rematch, and we can make it up. He can make it up.
Do you want a rematch on November 10th?
No problem, no problem. Let's give credit to Bradley, and he did well tonight, and I respect him, and that's the decision. We respect the officials.
What's going on, y'all? Dante562. I just wanted to give you guys, the latest update of the Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum, drama. And just real quick before I go any further, did you guys notice how Pacquiao responded when asked if he wanted a rematch? Sure, no problem. What do you mean, sure, no problem? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody came over to your house and asked if they could use some salt or something. Sure, no problem. What happened to you saying, hell yeah, I want a rematch? Absolutely. When they asked him if he thought he won, he said, absolutely, I think I won. But when they ask him if he wants a rematch, he says, sure, no problem. Like it really don't even matter to him. You feel me? He kind of sounded like Oscar De La Hoya after the Corte fight when Larry Merchant asked him, does he want a rematch? And Oscar De La Hoya, he straight out said, no, I don't want a rematch. There's better fights out there, because he knew that Corte was a tough ass fight. Manny Pacquiao, he knew the same damn thing, didn't he? Sitting over here saying, no problem. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into this news. Basically, today Pacquiao, he told Bob Arum, you can take November and shove it because I don't want it. And basically, he's going to try to fight. Now he wants to fight on December 1st. Okay? Now, there's no surprise that he wants the Mayweather fight. Now I've already told you guys in my last video, it was titled Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao still indecisive on their next opponent. Why? That's the name of the video. In that video, I told you guys, Manny Pacquiao is in a very tough situation. He's in a tough position right now because he has two options, right? Either Marquez or Bradley. No matter how we look at it, Pacquiao lost to both of those fighters. Okay? And even if you want to say Marquez didn't win, the fight was close enough to where there is no guarantee that Manny Pacquiao will win a rematch. All right? Tim Bradley, young, hungry, determined, strong, physically strong, hitting Manny Pacquiao with body shots, won the championship rounds, right? You look at Manny Pacquiao's face after each and every one of those last 3 rounds, it set it in his face. Pacquiao, he had that look on his face. Damn, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to do. I'm doing my best, but I can't figure this guy out. To me, that's the body language that I seen, right? So Manny Pacquiao has these two opponents. And I said in that video, I would not be surprised if Manny Pacquiao just completely, turns down the November date and he avoids fighting both Juan Marquez and Tim Bradley. Well, guys, this is exactly what Manny Pacquiao is doing. Before I get into the news that just came out today about Pacquiao demanding December 1st, I want to go back to the article that came out a couple days ago about Juan Marquez apparently outpricing himself for a 4th fight with Pacquiao. Now, first of all, I think Marquez is out of his goddamn mind because he ain't going to make that kind of money against no other fighter. He ain't going to make that money against Lamont Peterson, Amir Khan, or whoever it is he wants to fight. He ain't going to make that kind of money. So I don't understand why he turned down that fight, right? But nevertheless, like the article that was on FightHype.com, basically they said Marquez out, Bradley is in. right? So naturally, we're all thinking, okay, it's going to be the Bradley rematch because once again, just like first negotiations, you know, Pacquiao and Bob Arum, they had no other choice but Bradley, right? That's how Bradley nailed the fight the first time. You know, that was their last option. They wanted Cotto. They kind of thought about Mayweather, but really didn't want Mayweather. You know, and who was left? The only person was left was Tim Bradley. So he took the fight. You know what I mean? Same thing is going on right now. You know, they wanted Cotto, couldn't get Cotto. They wanted Marquez, couldn't get Marquez. Bradley is the only one that's left, right? So, you know, the thing is, I was already in the process of making a video, you know, a long ass breakdown with clips like I always do of a possible rematch, Pacquiao versus Bradley too. You know, I had already started making the video, but I said I'm not gonna upload it until it's officially announced. And the reason why is because see, I know that Bob Arum, he has no problem making the Bradley versus Pacquiao fight if he can't get the Pacquiao versus Marquez fight, which was his first pick. You know what I mean? Bob Arum has no problem with this, right? So I knew that Bob was going to try to make the fight, but I said, you know what? Let me not release this video yet because now we got to figure out if Pacquiao and Team Pacquiao is going to take the fight, right? And I was right. And just like I suspected, Manny Pacquiao does not want this fight. Okay? And I got and I, to Manny Pacquiao's defense, I have to say it does make sense. Yes, it does make sense because basically, which I'm gonna get into, but basically I suspected that the people around Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao himself, they're looking at this like this. They're looking at the situation just like this. If we lose to Tim Bradley, Manny Pacquiao's career is over with. If we lose to Marquez, that ruins the Mayweather, super bout. So it's smarter to go ahead and just fight. It's smarter to go ahead and fight Mayweather because trust me, Tim Bradley would have beat him. He would have won that fight. And Team Pacquiao, they pretty much agree with me on that one. And let me tell you why I say this. It is very difficult to fight against a thinking fighter in a rematch. It's already difficult to face him for the first time. But now you're going to face a thinking fighter in a rematch. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain what I mean. Thinking fighter. Bradley is a thinking fighter. I wouldn't say he's on a level of the thinking process of Floyd Mayweather, but he's a thinking fighter. The reason why I say he's a thinking fighter is because he can adjust on the fly. You feel me? Like I said, if you guys go back and you watch the fight, Tim Bradley, he took Manny Pacquiao's left hand away from him. After the fourth round, you seldomly see Manny Pacquiao land that left hand. And if you guys don't believe me, there's actually an excellent video on YouTube that's broken down in slow-mo showing all the punches that Manny Pacquiao missed and the punches that Bradley landed and some of the punches that Pacquiao landed. I believe his name is Precise Puncher. That's his YouTube name. He follows my videos. I follow his. But if you guys search Precise Puncher, he has a very, very good video. I think he got one or two of them. But check it out if you guys don't believe me when I tell you that after the fourth round, Manny Pacquiao could seldomly ever land that left hand. And just like my prediction, what I said before is Manny is going to be trying to come in throwing hard punches, and he's going to be missing, and he's going to be getting frustrated because he's missing these punches. Back to a thinking fighter. So like I said, the reason why I say Tim Bradley, a thinking fighter, he's going to be so difficult. Because if Tim Bradley can adjust on the fly, imagine how well he can adjust in 6 months, preparing for the fight, already knowing what to expect, already knowing how hard Pacquiao hits or punches, already knowing the speed, already knowing the bad habits, the good habits. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give a thinker a blueprint like this. That's like cheating. You feel me? That's like giving a kid the answers to all of a test he's about to take. You feel me? Bradley is going to go in there and it's going to be very smooth sailing. I truly believe this. Okay? And Bradley even has an advantage when it comes to fighting against Manny Pacquiao. He even has an advantage that even Floyd Mayweather doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe everyone that goes in there with Manny Pacquiao, you have to adjust to that left hand. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about Pacquiao. He does have one of the best left hands I've ever seen in the sport of boxing. You know, it has tremendous speed. It travels with power, speed, accuracy. You know, it is a very, very good weapon, right? This is the reason why when Marquez first fought, Pacquiao, he got knocked down 3 times because as good of a counterpuncher as Marquez was, he didn't expect that damn punch to be so damn down the pipe so quick. It took him about two fights to adjust to that left hand. You feel me? But he adjusted to it. Marquez adjusted to it, and like I said, it only took Tim Bradley about 4 rounds to adjust to that left hand. You feel me? So this is basically how I see this fight. And going back to my prediction, another thing that I was dead on in my prediction is I told you guys Manny Pacquiao, he cannot fight in the inside. He does not like to fight in the inside. If you guys watch this fight, you will see Manny Pacquiao holding over and over and over again throughout the fight every single time Bradley got in the inside. Because Pacquiao does not like to fight in the inside. Just like Amir Khan. Just like Amir Khan. It was even one point in the fight where Bradley was coming hard. I think it was like the 3rd or the 4th round. Bradley was coming hard, throwing combinations, coming straight forward. And then, Manny Pacquiao, he grabbed his arm like he was about to pull his arm off. And you see Bradley just smile. Bradley smiling. Just like Bradley was smiling when he fought against Devin Alexander. Because Devin did the same thing. Devin couldn't adjust to this guy coming in, bobbing and weaving, throwing fast punches so quick. So all Devin could do was grab. And Devin was doing the same thing. He would keep grabbing, and Kendall hold. And Tim Bradley, he responded the same way. He just smiled because he knew they were holding. He knew they didn't want it. You feel me? So it's the same thing in this fight. Another thing I want to revert back to in my prediction. If you guys watched it, you notice I had a clip in there with Manny Pacquiao sparring with Kareem Mayfield, right? Now, Kareem Mayfield was completely outboxing him in the one little round that they fought, right? If you guys go back to the Tim Bradley-Manny Pacquiao fight, look at those last 3 championship rounds. I assure you, those rounds, they look virtually identical to the sparring match that Manny Pacquiao had against Kareem Mayfield. Okay? So this is what I mean when I say, my prediction speaks for itself. That fight, as far as I'm concerned, it went that way. The only difference is I believe this rematch is going to go that way even further. It's going to be even easier. I mean, like I said, man, if you guys are not being biased with yourself, which I know there's a lot of Pacquiao fans out there, they just don't want to hear the truth. It just breaks their little hearts to hear the little truth, to hear the truth, and they try to make up shit that makes absolute no sense. They say the dumbest shit to make themselves feel better. You feel me? They say the dumbest shit. There's no reason to fight. There's no reason to fight Bradley because everybody knows that he beat Bradley easy already, right? Oh, but let him fight Cotto again. Why? Because didn't he beat Cotto even easier than he so-called beat Bradley? You explain that to me. You tell me how that makes any damn sense. He's not going to fight the guy who took his belt, right? Because many people believe that he won that fight. Oh, but he will fight Cotto, a guy that everyone knows he beat the dog shit out of. But he'll fight him again. If anybody can make sense about that shit, boy, you a smart motherfucker. Because it's impossible. It's impossible to make sense of that, right? It's a business decision. For the first time, Manny Pacquiao is making business moves. And once again, I'm going to say this a couple times in this video, this is how we know that disregard all of that shit that you heard that Bradley was an easy fight. And that's why Manny is not fighting him anymore, because it was an easy fight. The business move that Manny Pacquiao is making right now, this suggests that Bradley was not an easy opponent. Let me explain it to you in better detail. See, if Bradley was an easy ass pick, if he was like taking candy from a baby, you have to understand, business wise, it would have made more sense to fight Tim Bradley if he was that easy. Why? Because Tim Bradley is willing to take less money than anybody else. Tim Bradley don't care about no random drug test. Tim Bradley just want to go in there and fight. He don't care what he get paid. Tim Bradley just want to go in there and try to prove that he can beat Manny Pacquiao, right? So if hypothetically Tim Bradley was an easy opponent, then what that would mean is that for Manny Pacquiao, it would be a win-win situation, because it would be low risk and it would be high reward. You know what I'm saying? The last fight that Manny Pacquiao did with Tim Bradley, pay-per-view numbers was a little over 900,000, which that's actually a success. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, nobody gonna watch it," this and this. That was a success, especially considering the fact that nobody knew who Tim Bradley was, right? Nobody knew who Tim Bradley was. Okay. What Bob Arum and a lot of the promoters said is anything over 500 grand is a successful pay-per-view. That fight did over 900 grand. Now, you look at the rematch and you take into consideration Manny Pacquiao lost. It's the biggest controversy in years in boxing. You got people like John McCain, Justin Timberlake making comments about this fight. You telling me that rematch wouldn't have been bigger than the first one? You're only fooling your damn self. You're only fooling your damn self. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of this article, so you guys hear it exactly from the horse's mouth. It basically starts off, as previously reported, Manny Pacquiao's planned November 10th fight at Las Vegas MGM Grand Garden Arena is off. Okay? Then I'm going to scroll down to this part right here. It says, however, there has been a swirl of rumors that Pacquiao and some of his team members have been pushing him to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. and nobody else, because a loss in a rematch with Bradley or a fourth fight with Marquez would ruin his chances of making big money in a Mayweather fight. No fucking shit. You feel me? First off, guys, end quote, by the way. First off, guys, Manny Pacquiao was stupid as fuck for turning down the $40 million in the first place. If you ask me, Manny caught a badass case of karma. You know what I'm saying? You fucking turn down $40 million and then you go and fight Tim Bradley for $20 million. After Bob Arum take his cut, you walk home with $8 million. Or maybe I should say 8 to 12 million. Right? Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather, he fights Miguel Cotto and he walks away with 45 plus million. Not to mention, he was just voted the highest paid athlete in all sports, okay, with no endorsements, okay? Manny Pacquiao came in second place with, I think, Floyd Mayweather. He finished the year at 85 million, right? Manny Pacquiao, he had 56 million, but Manny Pacquiao had endorsements, okay? And a lot of those other athletes had endorsements. Floyd Mayweather, 0 endorsements. All right? And Manny Pacquiao turned down the $40 million. Floyd Mayweather calls this man up on his cell phone directly. How many fighters have you seen do that? He calls him up on his phone directly. Come on, man. Let's make this damn fight. Manny Pacquiao, 50-50. Hangs up. You feel me? This is damn near what Manny Pacquiao deserved. That Tim Bradley fight, he got what he deserved. You know what I'm saying? It was a dumbass business move. He should have took the Mayweather fight right then and there. All right? You know, another thing about this article that I find interesting, you know, here I'm gonna look right here and I'm gonna see where it is in here in this article. Okay, although top-ranked CEOs Bob Arum, who flew to the Philippines and met with Pacquiao in his hometown of General Santos earlier this month, was confident the fight would definitely take place on November 10th. Pacquiao has apparently had a change of heart and doesn't want to fight on that date. Now, guys, how many times have we heard Manny Pacquiao after a fight say, you know, it's up to my promoter? You know what I'm saying? How many times have we heard him say that, guys? It's always up to Bob Arum, right? You got to talk to Bob about it. You know, whatever Bob sets up, I do. His wish is my command. All of this shit, right? Now, all of a sudden, when Manny Pacquiao gets a very tough opponent in Tim Bradley, and then he also has a tough opponent in Marquez for a fourth time, which I said, by the way, Marquez already watched the Bradley fight. Now he has even more of a blueprint on what he needs to do in a fourth fight. You know what I'm saying? Now Manny Pacquiao is saying, let me tell you something, Bob. I'm the one that's going to decide when I fight. I'm not doing it. This is the very first time that Manny Pacquiao has ever done this shit. Why is it? You know what? This completely erases anybody's argument of saying, oh, Manny Pacquiao, he beat Bradley easy, and that's why he doesn't want the fight. That's why he doesn't want the fight. So we know that that's not true anymore. We know the reason why Pacquiao is not taking the fight, because it's quite the contrary. Not because Bradley was an easy fight, but because Bradley is actually a difficult fight, a dangerous opponent, just like Marquez is. You know, but like I keep telling you guys, Bradley, he won those championship rounds. And who's to sit here and say that fight won't continue where the last one left off? You know what I'm saying? You take a Tim Bradley who's healthy. Manny Pacquiao could not knock out Tim Bradley when he had two pegged ankles. Now you take healthy Bradley and let him bounce around, moving around the ring. Because if you guys don't know by now, head movement, foot movement, and counterpunching ability is kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. Okay? Let me read another part of this article right here. It basically says, well-known Australian promoter Peter Manatis, or however you pronounce his name, who was recently in Manila, believes the best option for Pacquiao right now is to face Mayweather and not risk fighting Marquez, which he said is a dangerous fight, or even Bradley, whose confidence has grown and is a younger fighter who can only get better in a rematch. You guys hear that? Do you guys hear anything saying because Bradley was such an easy opponent, there's no reason to fight him again? Man, this is a fucking business. Okay, guys? This is a business. Don't get me wrong. People are in the business to prove that they are the best. But right now, you see Manny Pacquiao with his business cap on. Okay? Right now, Manny Pacquiao got his business cap on. And as much as I wanted to see the Bradley rematch, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it makes absolute more sense for Manny Pacquiao to avoid both Marquez and Bradley and go straight forward with the Floyd Mayweather fight. But the thing is, Manny Pacquiao should have did this shit when it was offered to him in back in March or February. You feel me? It should have been done then. You feel me? But Bob Arum, like I told you guys, Bob Arum, he knows boxing. Bob knows boxing. You know, Bob has predicted how a lot of these fights will go. He predicted that the Marquez fight was going to be close when all the dummies and all the Pacquiao fans were sitting here saying he's going to destroy, he's going to destroy Marquez and all of this bullshit. Basically, Bob Arum, he knew the truth. Bob Arum, I'm telling you right now, you would be a damn fool if you don't think that Bob knows that Mayweather will win that fight. Bob knows too much about boxing. Bob knows that Mayweather is going to win that fight. Like I said before, man, this is the reason why when Mayweather was calling Pacquiao out desperately before he had to turn himself in to make that May 5th fight, this is why Bob Arum says some ridiculous bullshit. Oh, we can't make the fight till June because we're making a fantasy arena that's going to hold 100,000 people outdoor and blah blah this and blah blah that. Soon as Floyd Mayweather goes to jail, Bob Arum, he wiped the sweat off of his forehead like, whoo, that was a close one. Boy, I almost lost my cash cow on that one. You feel me? Bob Arum knows that Floyd Mayweather will beat Manny Pacquiao. He knows this. Anybody that knows anything about boxing, you know that Manny Pacquiao will not beat Floyd Mayweather. He does have a chance. The only chance Manny Pacquiao has, he has two chances. He lands that left hand and it just hurts Floyd Mayweather so bad that it either knocks Floyd Mayweather out or he gets severely hurt and he doesn't recover throughout the 12 rounds. That's the only way he can win. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, he can win in so many different ways. Another way Manny Pacquiao can win, which is something that I told you guys before, I'm really, really worried about this shit. This HBO commentating. This right here is what I am concerned about if they make this fight. The commentating for this fight is going to be so fucking biased. It is just going to be laughable. You're going to be sitting there watching. If you listening to the commentary, which I know a lot of people, they don't really pay attention to the commentary when you first watch it because everybody is jumping up and, all kind of shit. But I'm telling you right now, this commentary, and I'm telling you, Larry Merchant with Jim Lampley, oh my God. Oh my God. It would be a damn insult fest. Okay? It would be an insult festival that would be going on in that fight. I'm telling you, soon as that fight gets signed, Manny Pacquiao ain't going to be the only one training. Floyd Mayweather ain't going to be the only one training. That motherfucker Larry Merchant, he going to be at home training. He going to be training for the insults that he ready to drop. He going to be at home. He going to be at home working up a sweat. Oh, he got some shit planned out for Floyd Mayweather's ass. You feel me? He's sitting over there hitting the punching bag, Larry Merchant, talking about, yeah, we finally got his ass now. You know what I'm saying? We finally got his ass now. I mean, I'm telling you, man, the HBO commentary is going to be ridiculous. Like I said before, those punch stats are going to be ridiculous. I've already showed you guys in my video, my punch stat video, that those punch stats were completely off. You don't believe me? Go watch my video. Those stats are HBO stats. Those stats are as reliable as stats and news on the Fox News network. That's how reliable those stats are. HBO, they're going to try to steal this fight. They're going to try to steal this fight from Floyd Mayweather like Republicans are trying to steal the election from Barack Obama. Okay? Suppressing votes, trying to stop people from voting and shit like that. You know, but that's a whole nother story. HBO, they're going to try to take this from Floyd Mayweather. Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant, they cannot stand Floyd Mayweather Jr. And this is their only opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This is their only opportunity. This is their only hope to take down the man that they can't stand. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I already know how this fight is going to play out. I know exactly how they're going to call the fight. Manny Pacquiao is going to come out. He's going to start throwing flurries, or he's going to try to throw some wild flurries. And Jim Lampley is going to jump out of his seat. Look at the combination by Manny Pacquiao. Emmanuel Stewart, he's going to say, yeah, Jim, but nothing really landed. And he's going to be like, so what, Emmanuel? At least he's trying. That's all that matters. You know, that's more than you can say about Floyd Mayweather. You know, Floyd Mayweather, he going to come back with a lead right. He going to come back with a couple of nice, accurate punches. You know, and Jim Lampley, he going to get quiet as hell. Or he going to nonchalantly say, well, there goes a typical right hand by Floyd Mayweather. And then it's going to go back and forth the exact same way. You know, Manny Pacquiao going to keep throwing punches. He's going to keep missing. Don't get me wrong. Manny is going to land some punches. But what I'm saying is the majority of them are not going to land. And every single thing that he throws, Jim is going to tell people that it landed. See, Jim is no longer a blow-by-blow announcer, guys. A blow-by-blow announcer, he reports every single thing that's thrown, that's landed. He reports it all. When Jim calls fights, he is more acting as a prosecutor, you know what I'm saying, or a defense attorney talking to the jury. You know, he's constantly trying to convince people at home his guy is winning. You know, well that punch right there, that gave the round to Manny Pacquiao. You know, this round was a complete Manny Pacquiao. You know, how is Floyd Mayweather going to win when Manny Pacquiao threw this many punches? You know, it's basically, you know, it's basically talking to the jury. It's not blow by blow. It's not, you know, a left and a right by Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao comes back with a double jab. Floyd Mayweather goes to the body. Now Floyd Mayweather is moving to the right. You know, a knockdown by Pacquiao. A knockdown by Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't call fights like that. And if you don't believe me, how biased he is, go watch the damn Bernard Hopkins fight. Watch when Bernard Hopkins knocked down Oscar De La Hoya. There was no down goes Frazier, down goes De La Hoya. There was none of that. You know what he did when De La Hoya got knocked down? He went completely silent. He was shocked. He was heartbroken because a couple rounds before he was jumping out of his seat. De La Hoya's got him, right? All of a sudden, De La Hoya on the ground, and Jim Lampley is mum. You feel me? So, anyway, that's how the fight is going to go. You know, that's how the fight is going to go, unfortunately. You know, hopefully the judges won't be influenced by the propaganda BS that Jim, Larry, and the gang, you know, are going to be trying to put up. Floyd Mayweather is going against all of them. Any fighter that fights Manny Pacquiao, especially a black fighter, he's going against HBO. He's going against Jim, Larry. He's going against those punch stats. You know what I'm saying? And he's going against all of the haters that's going against him. You feel me? So, but you know, we used to that. We've been dealing with that shit since day one. That's just more encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on, goddammit. You feel me? And that's what Floyd Mayweather is going to be saying. But anyway, so that's all I got on this one, y'all. I'm on to the next one.